This week we have a slightly different episode planned for you. Usually on the show, we talk about gadgets, we compare them against each other, we talk to industry experts, we bring out their perspective. But this week's big story is not about a gadget. It's about Apple's latest store. Apple has opened its new retail store here in Noida's Mall of India. This is Apple's 5th retail store in India, 3rd this year, and the very first in Noida. It's clearly coming for the competition. It's increasing its touch points, access to customers, bringing in more retail experiences. It has definitely helped Apple's sales. Its CEO Tim Cook has come out and emphasized on that multiple times. But Noida is an interesting choice. It's not a city that you usually associate with tech, but it's a growing economy, it's a growing city. There's a big student community here as well. So I'll not waste any more time. Let's go inside this mall. This is the Digit Show. I am Manas Tiwari. Let me show you what Apple has in stores for its customers. Well, I'm here at the latest Apple store, India. This is the 5th overall store by Apple in the country and the very first store in Noida, right here in Mall of India. Let me give you a quick tour. Come with me. So before this, Apple has actually opened 4 more stores in India. The first store came out in Mumbai's BKC, after which we had one in Delhi's Saket, we had one in Bangalore and Pune this year, and this is the 3rd store to open in India within this year. So Apple is clearly expanding its retail footprint. This is inside the Mall of India. In total, what Apple has done is, it has taken over a space of about 8,200 square feet, which is the size of 6 independent stores. So if you look at this whole space, standalone, this would have been 6 different stores, but they have removed the partitions. They have put this thing together and made it in one big giant store for people to come here and experience all Apple devices. And the rent for this place for each month is about 45 lakh rupees, which comes down to about 5.4 crores per year. And this space has been leased for about 11 years, which means that in this span of 11 years, Apple will be paying 65 crore rupees to Mall of India to run this store. But what's special about it? What do you get to see here? First up, right behind me, you can see all Apple devices are on showcase here, starting with Apple's latest iPhone 17 series. You can see here the iPhone 17, iPhone Air, iPhone 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, all the 4 new models from the latest lineup, which in fact are being made in India itself, are here for people to come and experience. You can use them, feel them. If you have any questions about them, there are a bunch of Apple experts and engineers who are working here, and these are not just any retail employees, they are actually qualified engineers, and they are equipped and qualified to solve all your doubts and questions. You can speak to them, you can understand these devices better. But the moment you enter inside the store, the first thing that you'll see are these iPhones. Right on this side, you also have other Apple devices, starting with the latest iPads, but right next to it, you also have the latest MacBooks. This is the MacBook Air. You also have the MacBook Pro, and right next to this counter, you have Apple's Mac Mini, Mac Studio, all of them on display. Even the iMacs, you can come here, use them, ask your questions, as I said. And right next to this, right opposite to this counter, you have all the Apple accessories, starting with the AirPods Max, and even some of the Beats products that have been launched in India, including the Beats Spill, the Beats earbuds, and even the Beats headphones. Now, for all of you who don't know, Beats is actually owned by Apple. It acquired Beats a few years ago, and all of these products are now available in India. You can come and use them here. You can also purchase them from this very store. What makes Apple stores actually special is that you don't just get to buy and experience these products, but also a lot of accessories which are not otherwise easily available. So right behind me, you can see here the Magic Mouse, the Magic Trackpad, keyboard, Apple Pencil, all these accessories which are for iPads. They are easily available here, which you might not get that easily online or at any other place. You also get these charging cables, USB-C to C by Beats. You also get Apple's Lightning cable. I know all the latest Apple products actually have a Type-C cable, but in case you still own an older model and you want a Lightning cable, you can come and buy it here. And right across the store, you can see there are cases for your iPhones, a lot of other accessories which are available. There is a special element to the store as well, and I'm going to show you that now, because right here you can see there's a symbol for pickup. So what happens is, if you want to buy any Apple product, you can actually place an order online. Just come here, book a slot, your product will be ready. You just need to pick it, and conveniently you get to take it home. Similarly, the other icon that you see here is of the Genius Bar. That's where you come and you ask ask all your questions. You can book a session. You can talk to any Apple expert and get all your queries resolved. Lastly, a very special element to the Apple Store, any Apple Store in the world, are the Today at Apple sessions. These are actually workshops that are organized by Apple in collaboration with artists, creators, experts of different fields. So this is the screen which they will be using for that. You can come here, you can sit patiently, attend those workshops, ask questions to these experts, and all of these sessions are absolutely free. So yes, this is all about Apple's latest Noida store. This is what it will offer. Come here, experience, let us know your feedback. The only difference that I've seen is that some of the most iconic Apple stores that I've been to around the world, they're standalone spaces. They have an identity of their own. But when you look at these stores in India, be it in Bangalore, Pune, here in Noida, these are still more like retail outlet shops. So I hope to see a more iconic Apple store in India very, very soon. This is Manas Tiwari signing off, trying to take whatever I can, but we should not. So while Apple has landed in Noida, in the other part of the city, we have this massive 150-acre hire facility where they not just manufacture air conditioners, but they also sell them and send them to different parts of India. And they are ready to expand, put together more facilities, invest more money in India. So today I sat down with their country head in Satish to understand the vision and plans for next year. So Satish, wonderful facility here. I think Haier has had a fantastic year. I see you are active across categories. Now you also have TVs. Of course, you had ACs, refrigerators, but also now smart TVs. Tell us about this year. How has been 2025 for Haier? What's been the big story?
Big story is we've been able to get a growth of approximately about 25% growth. We will end up this year with a revenue of 11,000 crores. And if you ask me, it's been a mixed year because the AC season didn't go well. If the AC season had gone well, probably we would have seen a 30% kind of a growth. But in spite of that, okay, the government support which came in terms of the GST reduction during Diwali, it really helped in terms of, one is it put extra money in the consumer's hand, and also in our category like LED, which was at 28, came down to 18. So there was a good demand shift which happened, consumption happened. It's been a good year. I mean, if you ask me what I presented, CAGR is around 25%, which is happening. So we see as a brand being a challenger brand by offering a innovative product, I think we were able to beat that curve and then get that growth.
You spoke about how this was not a great year for ACs, but very interesting time because we are just, I mean, the winters are just starting in Delhi and you have taken this as a moment to unveil the new ACs that we saw today. So what was the thought behind that?
The fundamentals, if you ask me, maybe, okay, 1 year the season didn't support, but if you see the penetration of the air conditioner is only in 11% of the household. Second, the temperature every year, 1 degree, 0.5 degree global warming is happening. And the third most important aspect is the younger consumers who are coming, they would not compromise on the comfort which they want to lead their life. So seeing these three things, I think, and government is doing a lot of things to put the money in the hands of the consumer and trying to boost the economy. I think we see a good opportunity both in terms of the, not only air conditioner, we see a good, I mean, India is a growth story for next 10 years. Absolutely, I mean, 10 to 20 years, we don't see any issue. Short-term, hiccups would be there, but in the longer run, it's a...
So what we have seen is how AI has, become so big and it's everywhere, all around us. And from what I see, you have also integrated in all your products, even in today's AC. So tell us how that will sort of enhance the experience for consumers.
We don't see ourselves in the business of selling air conditioners. We see we are in the business of keeping people comfortable. When you approach this with this lens, then the whole thing changes. What is that people are looking for comfort, and what is that people are looking for maintenance, and what is that people are looking for in terms of the saving? When you see a comfort, see today you're buying an air conditioner, okay, old habits, okay, you buy AC for cooling, but now the demand has gone much beyond. Now imagine you go to your house, you park your car, automatically imagine the AC is switched on. That's the feature which we have added through AI. Imagine you use our air conditioner, new one, 7 days it will read the way you are using it. Let's say as soon as you enter, you keep it at 20, around 9 o'clock, you change it to 22, midnight probably you change it. So it starts reading the habit, and then moment you press a AI button, it will follow exactly the same pattern which you have been doing it. So this is, again, it's not just cooling, it's how we will make a consumer to feel that, okay, cool, it's a given. But otherwise, how do we add this one? And other features are like, we are sitting here, okay, if both of us move out of this room, automatically AC would sense that there's nobody, so it starts reducing the cooling because there's nobody. Moment both of us come back again, it starts increasing the cooling capacity. So these are the few things which, it's a basic things which we have added into AI.
So mostly like peace of mind for consumers.
Peace of mind. The other peace of mind, you took a right point. Peace of mind is, today a television, you don't maintain anything. It's on, off. Washing machine, you don't maintain anything. Refrigerator, maybe monthly once you will clean it if you want to. AC is one product where it needs maintenance because it's on the high wall. Every day it is sucking in air and vomiting air. So there's an air which is dusty. It gets accumulated. So how would we clean? You call an engineer after 6 months. He will come and then clean it up. While the features which we have added is a self-cleaning mode. You press it, within 20 minutes your indoor is cleaned. Okay, or automatically on 240 hours, it has a timer which cleans it. This is the first one. The second feature is, when we did a survey, 90% of the people, 90, don't know where the outdoor is, and they haven't seen the outdoor once it is fixed. Outdoor also is sucking in air and it's dusty. To what we have added feature this year is, even the outdoor, moment you switch off the AC, every day it will clean itself and it will be as good as new, even years of usage. So these are the some things, like I said, comfort, then the maintenance, and then in terms of the energy saving, many features which we have added, which will, even though customer is paying at upfront little more premium to this product, over a period of time, he will save all this because of the energy consumption, lot of other features which we have added. He can set the timer. So overall, there will be a good benefit to the consumer. That's what we have added into.
So again, from what I understand, it's AI is being integrated not in a way where it sort of replaces a lot of human tasks, but it also, sort of make your life easy and remove the hassle from your, life. Two more things which you announce and sort of showcase today is a talkback feature on one of your AC lineups, and the other thing which had me more interested was solar panel powered AC. So can you tell us more about that, and when should we expect those?
See, the first one is talkback. One is because some of the places when we see the internet facility, okay, even though there's a lot of things which are happening, but sometimes the Wi-Fi doesn't work or there's no facility of Wi-Fi. Why should we deny that consumer some features which he can use it without the Wi-Fi? That's what we have added. So it does the basic functions of your switch on, switch off, change the temperature, those things which we have added into that one. That's the talkback feature. Solar, we see a huge potential, the way even government is pushing for solar, how the thrust on reducing the energy consumption. Because India, most of the markets, we have a good sun. So how do we integrate that to run an air conditioner? That's what we have done. We have started doing the field trial, and probably very soon we will launch. It may not work in the metro market because of the rooftop not being available, but in the rural market, definitely we see a huge potential which we can. We have seen some of the countries where our global presence is there. I was surprised to know that almost 80% in that country, the usage is through the solar. So that's where the inspiration comes in. India is also, we have a good sun, so why would we not look at it?
Rightly said, metros like Delhi, Mumbai, you all have apartments. And all where it might not work, but like I come from a city like Jaipur and Lucknow, all these cities, it might actually make a lot more sense, and obviously the rural areas as well. Another big story in the last few years for India has been the push for manufacturing. There's been a big push from government. I see this massive facility. You have one in Pune as well. So how is Hire trying to upscale its manufacturing capabilities, aligned with more made in India products?
Our team has been made in India, made for India, and proudly I can say we are much more localized than most of the domestic brands. Like today, I can say in the air conditioner we have in-house injection molding. We have a PCB plant which we have started. So barring compressor, most of the products, components, not only sourced locally, most of them are in-house manufacturing. The purpose is to ensure the quality and also flexibility in terms of the manufacturing. That's how the facility which you will see today. The PCB plant is probably the first plant in India in terms of air conditioner PCB plant, because PCB is the key part. So far it has been imported, now we are manufacturing locally. Same way, if you see the commercial freezer plant in Pune, we have upgraded, or we have invested, added more into this one. We have started manufacturing VC coolers, the bottle coolers into. So the thrust has been to be 100% manufacturing localized. So today I would say 99% of the product are manufactured within India. So that's and that's a good thing. You see, the way government policies are supporting in terms of policies or the subsidiaries which they are giving, and it's a good initiative which will definitely develop and India is growing, so obviously it's a growth market. Domestic consumption would be high.
One thing is making these products. Second is to take them to the actual consumers, where you also rightly pointed out the penetration is still so low, especially for like something like ACs. So how are you working on the distribution strategies?
See, distribution definitely. You see today, one is okay. Of course, with the digital innovation, the distribution is much more easy. We are able to reach to the sub dealer. We are able to reach the channel, and with media being so big and reachable, I think today we address almost about 28,000 outlets across the country, and we also are strongly present in online and e-commerce, and we also are promoting our D2C sites.
Okay. And any plans for 2026? Any sort of investments that you can share?
The revenue plan, we are looking at around 14,500 crores.
Okay.
And in terms of the investment, the third manufacturing plant definitely would be finalized in 2026, and the land acquisition should start in 2026.
This will be in?
We are still debating. It could be in southern market or it could be in the west market, but an investment of, if it is once it is completed, it will be about 3,500 crore is the investment in the phased manner which will happen.
Of course. And from a category point of view, the focus areas apart from ACs will be?
In the order of stacking, it's AC, LED, washing machine and refrigerator, because that's where we see the scope to push our numbers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Satish,
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you. Pleasure. Pleasure.
Welcome back to the Digit Show. Before getting into the break, I teased a new smartphone for you guys, and I'm shooting this video on the front camera of the OnePlus 15R. This is the same phone that we had showcased exclusively on the Digit Show a few days ago. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, but what's more in store? Well, here's Siddharth taking you through all the experiences of the OnePlus 15R.
So this is the OnePlus 15R. This is the phone a lot of people wait for every year. Not the full-blown flagship, not the one that cuts too many corners either. And after using this alongside the OnePlus 13R and the OnePlus 13S, I think I finally understand what OnePlus is trying to do with the 15R. Now, before we get into the actual phone, I did not know the price of the OnePlus 15R while recording this. Early rumors suggested that it could start at 49,999. Whether that turns out to be right or completely off, my editor will put the final price on screen in. Alright, with that context out of the way, let's talk about the reasons why you might want to skip the OnePlus 15R first. If you've seen the OnePlus 13R or the 12R before that, the 15R isn't going to surprise you much. The flat frame, the glass back, the camera layout, all of it feels very familiar. That's not a bad thing in isolation, but in a market where brands are experimenting more with different textures, colors and form factor, 15R plays it very safe. You'll notice the polish, but you won't get that "what is this phone" reaction. It feels premium, yes, it just doesn't feel new. Second, there's the whole compact flagship temptation. After spending time with the OnePlus 13S, the 15R suddenly feels large. Not heavy or uncomfortable, just less intentional in the hand. The 13S feels like it was sculpted around one-handed use. The 15R feels like it was designed to please the majority. If you've been eyeing the 13S for its size and balance, the 15R doesn't replace that experience. Third, charging speed is good, but not the standout feature anymore. It took about 1 hour and 16 minutes to go from 0 to full. That's perfectly fine. It's just that OnePlus used to embarrass everybody else in this department, and now it's competitive, not dominant. And finally, there's the absence of a dedicated telephoto lens. This is where the spec sheet warriors will pause the video and say, wait, no telephoto at this price? You know, I get it. On paper, it looks like a downgrade compared to the 13R and even the 13S, but this one is more nuanced, and I'll explain why in the camera section. Now, let's talk about why the OnePlus 15R still makes a lot of sense. Now, performance, because this is a big upgrade over the 13R. The OnePlus 15R is built around performance stability, not peak numbers. The jump from Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 to Gen 5 is not subtle. AnTuTu scores jump massively, but more importantly, sustained performance is better. Whether it's app switching, heavy multitasking, or extended gaming sessions, this phone is tuned to stay smooth for long stretches. In BGMI, I was seeing around 159 FPS on average over 13 minutes with a peak temperature of about 41 degrees. And that's very controlled. Genshin Impact ran at a locked 120 FPS on average with temperatures staying just below 40 degrees, and the experience is very smooth. The 15R holds its own in real-world gaming while offering a bigger screen, better thermal comfort over longer sessions. Battery life fits this performance profile very nicely. You can push this phone through a workday with navigation, calls, social media, video streaming, and still not panic by evening. Lighter days stretch comfortably into the next one, and while charging isn't class leading anymore, it's reliable enough that you don't plan your day around a charger. Now, the display is where I noticed the upgrade almost immediately. On paper, the 13R actually had slightly better color accuracy. Its delta E was around 0.8, which is excellent. The 15R comes in at 1.1, which is still very good, but numbers don't tell the whole story. Using them side by side, the 15R's panel feels more confident outdoors. Manual brightness tops out at 1320 nits and peak brightness hits around 3100 nits, and that is a big jump. I was comfortably reading messages in harsh sunlight where the 13R needed a bit of angle adjustment. Color coverage is also slightly better at 99.5%, and more importantly, it's consistent. No weird shifts, no overcooked reds. Watching HDR content, the 15R feels closer to the 13S than the 13R, and that is a compliment. Now onto the cameras. This is where the 15R quietly flexes. I shot the same scenes with all the three phones, same light, same framing, and in daylight and tricky HDR situations, especially backlit shots, the 15R was the most reliable. Group selfies with a bright sky in the background are a nightmare for most phones. The 15R was the only one that consistently exposed faces properly while keeping the sky blue instead of blowing it out. The 13R leans into contrast. It looks dramatic, but you lose details in the shadows. The 13S does better, but still struggles a bit with aggressive backlighting. The 15R just balances it a bit better. Even without a dedicated telephoto lens, the 15R produced the most pleasing portraits. The background blur looked natural, not a cutout. Edge detection was cleaner than the 13S, which sometimes showed blooming around here in harsh sunlight. This is where processing and sensor quality clearly matter more than the hardware count. Now, zoom is where the 13S still wins. That 2x lens and its 4x hybrid zoom are genuinely useful if you shoot statues, buildings, and distant subjects a lot. The 15R is excellent at 2x crops from its 50 megapixel sensor, but it doesn't pretend to be a zoom phone. Night mode is another win for the 15R. Neon signs stayed neon, green stayed green, highlights didn't turn into white blobs. The Christmas tree shots were especially telling. Individual light points stayed sharp instead of merging into a glow. Now, here's how I see it. The OnePlus 15R is the most grown-up R-series phone OnePlus has made. It's a phone for people who value consistency over spectacle. It quietly fixes the things that 13R struggled with, especially dynamic range, sustained performance, and outdoor usability. If you want compact power and telephoto zoom capability, the 13S still exists, and it's very good at what it does. If you want the best value with hardware versatility, the 13R still holds its ground. But if you want the most balanced OnePlus experience right now with the best camera processing of the three, a noticeably brighter display, and a meaningful performance and gaming upgrade, the 15R finally feels like the R series done right. As always, I'm curious what you'll think. Would you pick this over its rivals at this price, or would you go in a different direction altogether? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.
What a power-packed show. Well, I will see you again next week on The Rich Show right here on Times Now, 8:30 a.m. This is Manas Tiwari signing off.